Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you to this special broadcast as usual. Forgive me. I don't know whether to call this kata cold or cough or whatever. Anyway, it's, all of them culminated from stress. But let's get into the meat. This morning, I shall be using stories. Stories. I will not be confrontational. I will not attack anybody. And I also want to enjoin everybody to please calm down. We are all learning. This is a process and it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So let's calm down, talk to ourselves. Okay. Let me just explain this. The first story I want to share, I met a young man at the wake of 2019 election in Ota. He wanted to run for House of Representatives and he wanted to represent Ado Ota constituency. He decided not to be part of either APC or PDP. A young man who is also tired of the status quo. He shopped for one of the parties he believed to be different. And then after all his, you know, explorations, settled for Accord. After settling for Accord party, he went everywhere, um, got support, gave presence to the party where, the creeks where the party was not present or had no presence, did all he could, started gaining acceptance until one day, towards election, something took him to Abeokuta, Okemoson. And then he also wanted to visit somebody who he knew in government, just an official, and decided, oh, let me just check this again. By the time he got to the secretariat, the government complex, excuse me, he saw chairman of his own party, Accord, coming out of governor's office. Do not forget, the governor is APC, his own party that he was looking to be different is Accord. His own party chairman was coming out with the governor from governor's office, smiling and shaking hands. And it did not look like it was just a one-time meeting. It looked like, yeah, they've been having such regular meetings and waving, seeing themselves off and all that. The man then became troubled. As I speak with you right now, the young man eventually had to go and officially join APC. You know why? He spent, he did all the works, only to find out that his party was going to still adopt candidates of one of the two parties that he wanted to be different from. He then decided for himself that come, rather than rather than be in one party that is just an appendage, why not Kukuma enter the main party itself instead of being at the sub? That was when he then told us that, bros, except you are building from scratch, if you think you are shopping for an alternative, APC and PDP already created several parties to net people who are looking for alternative. And they're also looking to break into new ones that dare to be new, independent, or organic. As I speak with you, that young man officially has joined APC straight, no time. He did not want to waste his time. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I have to be doing this momentarily. There's a reason, yesterday was stressful. And for those of you, I want to tell another story. If you know this woman, Mrs. Onitiri Abiola, She was in a court party. She contested to be governor of Lagos State in 2015. Ms. Onitiri Abiola, as I speak with you right now, is now agitating for Yoruba nation. And I understand. These people who are clamoring for one thing or the other have antecedents. If they open their mouth and tell you all the stories of, I don't want to tell, but just hold on. Sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yesterday was stressful. Those who are following the Mero saga, yesterday, Mubarak's case was listed for mention at court. I have to be mixing all sort of things together. You understand? Okay. I have to be mixing a whole lot of things together. Yesterday was so stressful. I have some cough. All right. Um, the matter was called yesterday, and they told us after mentioning it that by by early July, the court will be going on. Listen, all the matters, thank you, since 2020 during COVID lockdown that the court could not air already piled up. This incident of Mubarak happened since November 4th. Okay, 4th of November last year. Now they are mentioning it for the first time that we sued government only yesterday, 17th June. Now they are telling us again that court will be going on vacation early July to resume sometime late August. They will now start calling cases. There are more cases would have filed by then. They now gave us another date that by the time court resumes, we should come back. Okay, we should come back in. They now adjourned our own matter to November 10th. By that time, it will be 1 year and some days. 1 year plus few days since that incident happened. Mubarak is still in the morgue, in the mortuary. Can you see what is going on in this country? So when we say things don't happen just like that, when we see people come online and just say they should just do this, daddy, they should just say, if it were easy, we too want and make it fast. But you know, this woman too has been discharged from hospital after getting her. Thanks to all of you who supported. But right now, we just want to look for between 100 and 200,000 naira to give her as capital to start something POS business plus selling soft drink, so that at least she will not be idle. So we are still counting on your support. Please reach out. She still called me this morning to remind me that she's idle after returning from hospital. But I know that some of you, it's in your heart to assist. Mubarak's case, since 1 year that the boy is in the morgue, is still there. The matter will start. They will start hearing the matter only in November, on November 10th, 1 year after the boy had died. Stressed, I'm sorry. So if you see me licking tom tom, I'm not being disrespectful, and you see me drinking warm water momentarily. But let's continue. So please reach out. Those of you who want to support, those of you who have my number, please reach out. Let's see how we can assist this woman so that she will not be idle or return to whatever. And then let's also see how we can assist Mubarak's family to mobilize for the next day in court and to also help them sustain. Our next eye surgery is in July 21st or something. But we already have fund for that one. So let's continue. So I just gave a story about somebody who decided to join APC officially because okay, he found that the party he joined as a matter of exploring alternative was actually an appendage at the end of the day of the parties he was running away from. I was also going to talk about Mrs. Onitiri Abiola. I'm happy she's alive and she's already coming online to discuss Nigeria passionately and Oduduwa Republic. So I would like her to tell her own story one of these days. Our experience in a court party. I think she later left and went to what? For Can't he come back? You see, NEPA is knocking for money and there's no electricity. We have not had electricity since how much? But they will always come and disturb for money. You see the problem. Anyways, so forgive me. I would really like her that she be the one to tell her story. She later joined UPN to, it was it UPN or NPN or yeah, to, but let me leave all of that. You see, Okupe was Southwest chairman, I think, of Accord Party. I am not condemning anybody. See, we need to learn in politics. So we have a lot of learning to do in politics, a lot of learning. So that it's just a matter of shock absorber. You will know what to expect. Sure, you will know what to expect. I'm not disrespecting anybody or Okupe or anybody, right? It was Southwest chairman, and go and Google it. It was Southwest chairman of Accord Party. At the same time, it was cutting deal with Saraki in PDP. He was eventually expelled from the party over anti-party activity. You can Google is available. Okay, Google is available everywhere. Just Google Okupe why Okupe was expelled from Accord Party. You see, these guys are they are. I'm sorry, I don't want to use the phrase political jobbers, but that's what they do. And I'm not trying to shock anybody. It's just to prepare your mind. It's just like shock absorber. Don't prepare your mind so that nothing will shock you. Now, Peter B announcing Dr. Donyo Okupe as his standing person or placeholder B already tells you the clique that Peter Obi has found himself in, or maybe he was also part of it before. I don't know, but I want to exonerate him. It's just for the supporters who always come online to flex muscle, okay, to fight every time on behalf of. I'm just saying, is caveat emptor. Bias, beware. Those who have the ears of P2B, pinch him. I love to see alternatives, and I'm loving Peter Obi. It's just that for those of us who are not just looking for change for the sake of change, because we have done it in 2015 and found that it was not the kind of change. Just pinch him, ask him questions very well. Because Peter Obi himself, make I not to talk. You get why? Because some people go begin to say, you are, see, in politics, they never even begin attack you from PDP at all. They never even begin from. Let me tell you some. When Sowore came, thank you so much. I fall and thank you. I like negative comments. You know why? It vindicates me at the end of the day. When I said our Southeast brothers should please engage politically, eventually we know that this country will disintegrate. We all know. It is the method that we are about, that to avoid war, the only other way to disintegrate the country is politically. We said start engaging politically. Imagine if this movement that suddenly stopped killing in the Southeast now on the eve of election, this movement that suddenly stopped the agitation or reduced the agitation for Biafra on the eve of election. Imagine, since the time we have been saying it, imagine this movement had coordinated at that time. Excuse me. By now, if I don't grow past this, excuse me, Nigeria will not kill me. So you get, if I don't grow, gone past this one. We said at least start engaging politically, just so that by the time it is election period, the sympathy, the energy, the acceptance would have grown so big, not on the eve of election. I'll give you an instance. Tinubu teamed up with, I don't like to, but it's an instance, it's normal. Teamed up with Buhari in 2015 to say, come, you will be president. This hard work since way back 2015.